Everyone in Bristol County knew the rule that you never buy a lemon from a guy named Slick Pete. But there I was at 19 years old, staring at a rusted-out 1967 Chevy C10, missing a bumper with floorboards practically Fred Flintstone style, and an engine sounding like a blender full of rocks. And my dad took one look at it and shook his head, saying, "Kid, you didn't buy a truck? You bought a very heavy, very expensive lawn ornament." But he didn't get it, because my grandfather used to drive one just like this before he passed away, with the same faded midnight blue and the same smell of old leather and sweet tobacco. So to everyone else it was junk, but to me, it was a total time machine, and for 3 whole months my life was nothing but grease, late-night rock radio, and cold pizza. As I replaced the alternator, rewired the dashboard, and practically rebuilt the carburetor with nothing but a YouTube tutorial and pure stubbornness, while every single night Dad would look out the kitchen window, sigh, and mutter something about throwing good money after bad thinking. I was wasting my summer. And honestly, I was starting to think he was totally right. Then came the night before the annual town car show at midnight, and Perlis, North Carolina was dead quiet except for the crickets. So I turned the key and got absolutely nothing. Just a pathetic click, click, click. And I slammed my hands against the steering wheel because I was totally done. And I quit. So I walked out of the garage, left the hood up, and went to bed feeling like the biggest failure in the county. But the next morning, I woke up to this bizarre, deep, rhythmic thumping that was literally shaking the drywall in my bedroom. So I sprinted downstairs, still in my boxers, and burst into the driveway. And there was my dad with hands completely black with grease and a massive smudge of oil right across his forehead, wiping down the chrome trim with an old rag. And he looked up at me, gave the side of the truck a firm slap, smiled, and didn't say a single word. He just reached into his pocket and tossed me the keys, because turns out my dad wasn't ignoring me. Those 3 months, he was just waiting to see if I had the grit to finish the hard part so he could help me with the magic. Because sometimes a project car isn't about fixing what's broken under the hood, it's about building what connects the generations.